Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Dead with My Friends podcast. I am Steve,
I'm Nick.
and we are in the thick of the Halloween season, and we have a double bill for you. Two heavy metal Halloween horrors, Hack-O-Lantern 1988 and Trick or Treat 1986, aka RAGMAN.
So we're officially in October. We are officially in the spooky season. I've been trying to knock out my list, my 31 days of my horror list. I know that you are as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty caught up with the days. On the weekends I'll try to like triple up on movies because you never know what the week is gonna throw at you. So anytime I don't have any major thing going on in the weekends, I am just blowing through my Halloween season watch list. Trying to get through those 31 films up until
31's
Halloween.
a lot of films.
It's
man.
a lot. It's a lot. And on top
One
of that,
movie every day for the month.
Yeah,
And life gets in the way and shit, So
Exactly.
people get busy. I know that I've had to push some stuff aside, unfortunately.
I get all strong.
I get so fucking gung ho, and I'm like, yeah, I'm watching this tonight. And then by the time I get done with doing the things that I'm doing, I'm just like, I need bed.
Yeah.
I need to go to sleep.
Yeah. No, I understand that feeling. I guess I just try to like power through it, and I'll like come 7 p.m. on weeknights, I'm like, okay, it's time to throw on at least one movie. If I get
Kind of
out of
settle
work,
down and shit.
yeah, if I get out of work at a decent time, and then like I said, on the weekends I am tripling up on Saturdays and Sundays. With that being said, the first movie we're going to talk about is Hack-O-Lantern.
So this was my first time watching Hack-O-Lantern. Steven says that he likes to pair these up a lot. I've never seen Hack-O-Lantern. Trick or Treat is one of my favorite movies ever, and it's one of Steven's as well. To do this for the episode, I was hyped about it. I was like, fuck yeah, finally get to watch Hack-O-Lantern, because I don't know if I ever would have, like, aside from doing this.
Yeah.
It's
in my rotation every year, and I always pair these two. And I figured now that we have this show, why not fucking talk about the both of them? What a perfect time. Upon time of recording, we just got through the first week of October, and I'm like, this would be a great episode.
So I'll say, for starters, man, like being first-time viewer of Hack-O-Lantern, I did like it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Good.
definitely did like it a lot.
Cool.
The fucking kills in the movie were great.
Yeah, great
I
gore
thought
effects.
the fucking gore was so good in this movie, man. Like, they didn't hold anything back.
No.
So that was awesome. I loved the look of the killer, right? I loved the devil mask.
Which Jesse from Say You Love Satan podcast, last year's VHS Fest, he was in the full getup.
Oh, no shit.
And he's like 6'2", so seeing him in that
he's
getup,
a big guy.
Oh yeah, no, it was
Had to be
fucking
pretty
crazy.
menacing,
Yeah, very
right?
menacing, very menacing. It looks so sick. And I love the mask too. The gore effects are great. And it's heavy metal horror. Satanic heavy metal horror in the prime of the satanic panic. So to me, that's always fun. And then the fact that it takes place on Halloween is just like the cherry on top.
Right. So then I can totally understand like why that would be in your rotation every year.
Yeah.
Just that Halloween vibe.
It just hits all the marks for me, yeah.
But like, surprisingly enough, I didn't get like that super Halloween vibe off of it. Even though the setting was Halloween, it just like didn't feel Halloween like. You know what I mean?
I guess in a sense I could see that, but there's like, there's heavy pumpkins, there's the Halloween party. Everyone's talking about it.
That's true.
So sometimes it's, there's been other movies where like it's supposed to take place on Halloween and they just mention it once and that's it.
Like what?
I think like Primal Rage would be an example.
So they just...
It's just like, oh yeah, by the way,
it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen Primal
There's
Rage
a few
either.
there's a few other, I just can't think of them off the top of my head, but
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna write this movie and it's gonna take place on Halloween, but
we're just not gonna really focus
like
on the
extent
Halloween
of it.
aspect.
Yeah, that's like so far removed from it now,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, overall, man, I really enjoyed it. I love the grandfather.
Yeah,
the grandfather is my favorite part of the movie.
High Pike, man. High Pike, his performance is so over the top. Like, he's got this one line that he says, like, throughout the movie. He's like, "The power's in the blood, Tommy. The power's in the blood.
Power's in the blood."
Yeah. And it's just like, I love his performance.
I do too. I thought I liked him a lot, man. He was just an interesting guy. I mean, maybe it was the voice. Maybe it was the voice that
for me, it's a lot with the voice.
You know, that's like what got me the whole time. And I'm like, this guy's fucking cool, man. I like this guy. But yeah, he was like grooming, setting his grandson up, you know, to take over this satanic sector or whatever you'd want to call it, like his satanic
cult,
cult,
his sect,
his group, his sect.
Yeah. The movie kind of opens up with him visiting his grandson, who's like a kid, and you know, he brings him a pumpkin and he's like, "It's Halloween, Tommy," and he gives him like this special like necklace. You know, you're just like, what's the deal? Why is he fixated on just this one grandson, right?
Right, because there's two other kids.
There's two other kids. And then you come to find out, man, that fucking the grandpa rapes his daughter on her wedding day.
Yeah, so
to conceive Tommy.
I was pretty fucking thrown like for a loop when I had actually seen that part in it, dude, because like I didn't understand it at first. And I don't know if it was just because I was really tired at that time, but it just like went over my head for a second. And I was just like, my mind immediately went to like, these two were married and she's not his real daughter.
Yeah.
Right. But then it didn't turn out to be that way, that it turned out to be his daughter, and that he fucking did what he did. And then they had their son.
Yeah. Which I feel like in the act, that's like so sacrilegious that he's like, that's like, him planting the seed, if you will, is like the first step,
dude,
for his next of kin to
inbred, you know, satanic fucking child.
So Tommy's like a weird character, but before that, because it does a time skip, but in the beginning, like the husband to Tommy and the kids, you know, or the dad, if you will, he tries to stop the grandfather, and he walks in on them in the middle of a satanic like ritual.
Yeah.
And, you know, fucking Hyde Pike, what does he say?
He's like, "We don't like trespassing here."
Yeah, so they kill him and they set his car ablaze.
They fucking kill his ass, dude. He kills him
because the grandfather knows, like, okay, he's an issue. He's gonna.
He's gonna interfere with.
So he's like, let's take him the fuck out
with Tommy. He's gonna interfere with all this shit and just probably all this hard work that the grandfather has went through.
Yeah. So then we skip ahead to, so like Tommy and his siblings, they're all adults, right? They're all.
How far did we go forward in time though? Well, he was like 18, right? Tommy's 18.
You know, I feel like he's older than that because I don't know many fucking cops. Like his brother is a cop, right?
Yeah, and his brother looks a lot younger than him too.
And there's no way you're gonna be on the force like right out of fucking high school.
That's true.
I don't think that's.
Maybe, you know? I don't know.
Maybe back then, I don't know. But they're all older. And it's Tommy's special Halloween. You know, he's chosen now. He's of the age where he could take the helmet. His grandfather is like really setting him up, and he's got this big old ceremony planned on Halloween night and doesn't want anyone getting in the way of that. Like Tommy's got this super smoking like girlfriend, and she gets taken out.
Her kill was awesome.
I thought it was sick. With the pitchfork, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right through the fucking.
I thought that was awesome.
Her body and shit.
That was like one thing I had to mark down. I was like, the girlfriend kill's awesome.
And it's not my favorite kill though.
What's your favorite kill?
The fucking shovel to the head to the sister's boyfriend.
Yes.
When he like falls into the grave.
Yes.
Dude, the way that is shot.
Dude, what about the fucking scene where isn't it the sister and the boyfriend and they're on top of the grave? Right? And then she like goes and grabs the hand, right? Of the fucking.
No. It's the cop brother and the sister's friend, and then they discover the sister's boyfriend.
That's what it was. Okay. Yeah. Like okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, they like kind of like she grabbed, like they're in the middle of like having like this real intimate moment in like this cemetery, and there's like this fucking body that's like in a shallow grave, and he's laying on top of it. The brother's laying on top of it, and the girlfriend, she's like getting real into kissing him and whatnot. And then she goes to grab his hand, and then she like grabs the hand of the corpse, but like nothing happens of it. Like I thought she was gonna like freak out.
Yeah.
I guess she just probably thought the whole time
it was another prank.
It was, yeah. So I was like, they just kind of glossed over that. You know, I thought that she was going to freak the fuck out, but no, she didn't. And then they ended up having some sex. They like throw the clothes over the gravestones and all this. And I'm like,
doing it in a cemetery, you know, on Halloween.
I like that in movies though, man. Like I thought, even though like I'm not the biggest Phantasm fan at all, like, they did that in Phantasm, and I don't know, man. It's weird.
Dude, cemeteries just bring a whole other vibe.
It's weird, but like I like seeing it in the movies, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You know, so we've got this mass killer just going on a killing spree, and you obviously think it's either Tommy or his grandfather.
Mm-hmm. I thought that it would be the grandfather. Doing it, you know, that's
which it is.
It is, yeah. So, but initially, so like my mind didn't go that like there was gonna be some layers to the killer in this.
Mm-hmm. One scene I love in this movie is Tommy has a dream sequence.
Yes,
but before that, brother's doing pull-ups in a fucking Rambo headband.
Yes.
And that in itself is silly enough. And then you said you had spotted the Dead End Drive-In poster.
Yeah, by the Dead End Drive-In
bench press.
Yeah, right behind it.
Bench, yeah.
Which
so that's
was
pretty cool, because I didn't catch that. Normally I really do look for those kind of things, but for some reason
I've been just like, I don't know. After I'd seen Nope, like I try to like I look at a scene and then it's just like, all right, like what else is here? You know what I mean? Because like some directors are pretty
Easter eggs are a big thing.
Are pretty fucking, you know, like into that kind of stuff. I know that I like it, so I just try to take a little bit more of a closer look. And yeah, it was just that movie poster, and I just thought it'd be like a cool thing to throw out there because, you know, we had talked on a previous episode about how you were handed a flyer for Dead End Drive-In in Coxsackie.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just kind of like brought it like full circle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we're shooting this episode now. Funny coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
I kind of do.
Nah, man, you either do or you don't. There's no kind of.
Oh, okay. All right. So I believe in coincidence then.
So there you go. You believe in coincidences.
Yeah.
If you believe in a fucking coincidence, tell me how last night I found my fucking Nintendo 64 in Brendan's fucking basement after.
You're known to just speak things into existence, so...
Dude, the power of the universe, the power of manifesting, the power of the energy.
You make me believe, because there's multiple times where you do that and things do happen.
Bro.
It's kind of fucking weird.
I'm not like a warlock or nothing, but it's just like you have to believe the things that you're saying.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what it is. You really have... There has to be belief behind the things that you're saying, man.
Yeah. So Tommy's... He's pumping it out. With fucking Rambo headband, and his brother, who's his younger brother, who's the cop, like wants to be like, yo, Tommy, what's the deal with you, man? You've been like fucking acting fucking wild lately.
He's like, you want me to show you?
Yeah.
He doesn't really say that, but like I'm just gonna give like
he opens his closet.
Like, do you want me to show you?
And there's a whole like altar,
whole fucking altar. There's like skulls and shit like that. And his brother's just like standing there and like looking at this, and he's just,
Tommy, what the fuck, man? Pretty much. Which it's funny too because his brother's a cop. Wouldn't you be like, I might have to like, you know, it's family.
Yeah.
But it's just,
what do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
You know, your fucking brother shows you like he's satanic. I mean, it's not illegal to be satanic, but I don't know, man. Are those real skulls?
Yeah, that's
you know? That's a problem.
And then we get to Tommy takes a nap. And we get this awesome dream sequence where this band, DC LaCroix, is playing the song Devil's Son. And Tommy is just playing guitar awkwardly in the background. Like, I guess he's a part of the band. And he's just, the way he looks, you could tell he doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, yeah,
it's so
Which is
funny.
fucked up, though, because it's your dream.
Yeah.
You know? So if it's your dream, you know, like, you should be, like, the best guitarist. You know?
I mean, you know, sometimes I lose control of my dreams. I'm not going to lie. Like, I do shit in my dreams.
I hate those fucking dreams where
you're punching,
you're fighting,
and it's
you're
like
why
noodles,
can't I punch
arms?
hard?
Yeah,
you
it's
know
like soft noodle arms. Yep.
Or you're just like beating the shit out of somebody and they're just like laughing like in your face and you're like, this is my dream.
Yeah.
You know?
So the band is playing Devil's Son. You're the Devil's Son! Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that shit gets stuck in my head, man.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna blast this shit,
dude,
like later.
Hell yeah. Then this like Shiva like goddess woman comes out, dude, and her arms are like all flailing and shit, and she starts zapping the band with her laser eyes, and then it's just Tommy, and she like goes up to Tommy and she's like seducing him, but then she like puts him on the ground and like takes a pitchfork and beheads him, and then you've got
in his own fucking dream, might I say?
Yeah, and he's got the image of this on the cover,
and that image,
she's holding his head.
That was so that's Tommy's head right there, and that's the
Shiva lady.
The Shiva lady, that, as like how Steven likes to call her. But prior to like all of this, like I know Hack-A-Lantern. I've never seen it, like I had said, but I had always seen this artwork for it, and I was just like always like really curious about it. Like she's got the microphone in her hand, you know. She's I mean, who is this woman? What's the head? What is it? It's just always like. It always like intrigued me, but I never took a look at it, you know. So us sitting down and doing this, I was just like perfect, awesome. So I'm glad that I finally can know the context of like that picture from that scene,
because it really is like one of my favorite scenes next to the shovel kill, is like.
My favorite scene, I don't know if there's anything else you want to say about that, right? My favorite scene, though, is the convenience store scene when Tommy and his girlfriend, are they grabbing booze or something?
Yeah, they're grabbing some beers.
Yeah, so they're like...
And he wants him to be pure for the night.
Yeah, he wants him to be pure for the night, but Tommy's kind of like doing his fucking thing, you know what I mean?
He's like a young adult with a smoking hot girlfriend.
Yeah, and his girlfriend, like, it's no secret that it's a special day because she mentions it to him, and then it makes him think like, oh yeah, you're right, like I wonder what my grandfather would think, and then boom, his fucking grandfather's standing right there, and as it just so happens, it's like his grandfather was going out to get candles for your special day.
Yeah, it's kind of a comedic scene.
Like, it is. I wasn't expecting it, but I was just like, I'm so glad that they fucking did it though.
Yeah,
it was fucking random. You know what I mean? It was super random for him to meet up with his grandfather then and there. But Tommy's just like fully like embracing that this is his special day.
There's a bit of a switch, you know, where you think like Tommy's gonna get fully engulfed and just become like the next of kin. At one point, the sister, she stumbles upon a ceremony that's prepping for Tommy, and Tommy's at the ceremony, and the sister's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And the grandfather's like, "Kill your Tommy!" Like, and he's like, "No!" And he like lets her go.
Yeah, he has a real hard time killing.
And that's why I don't think he was one of the killers. It was the grandfather the whole time. But then there's even another swerve, because at the Halloween party, you see these dueling devils.
Yeah, 2 fucking killers.
Yeah,
it was
so
awesome.
You're like, oh fuck, who's the other killer?
Yeah, it was very
very Jallo-esque at times, you know.
Yeah, I liked that part a lot. As soon as I had seen that, I was like, this.
You know who else did? Our friend of the show, Dan Boy.
Oh, Dan Boy.
Old man Dan. When he saw that swerve, he was like, dude, I didn't expect like such good writing for that. He's like, that shit took me by surprise.
Yeah, there was a good amount of things that took me by surprise. But then the devil's dueling, like that was a great fucking scene too. That's what I wanted to say about that.
And then there's the reveal of who's the second killer. You think it's Tommy, right? But then Tommy like kind of shows up. Yeah. As the 2 people in the devil costumes are dueling.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. There's like a whole bit of a commotion, right? And then one of the killers ends up getting shot as they're running away, right?
Yeah.
And then, but Tommy was there prior to that, right? Mm-hmm. So.
And then it turns out that one of the other people in the devil suit is the mom, because she's trying to put a stop to all this. And I guess she had reached her limit, you know? Her husband was killed. She's still not over that.
Her husband was killed. She was raped
by her fucking dad on her wedding
father,
day,
bro. Like,
yeah, some sick shit.
You know, and then all she was trying to do was protect her children from this satanic side of the family. Yeah. You know, and I mean, hey man, mothers do crazy things for their children.
And she just reached that whole other level, and
so she took one for Tommy.
And then like the reveal of that isn't even like the last swerve. So then the movie ends with a satanic ritual going on, and all you see is like the back of the robe, and you think, well, maybe Tommy did take the helm,
or the mom did, or you're just like, hey, you know what? Maybe.
Well, no, because the mom's like from the gunshots, so she's like kind of.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, from the gunshots, she's like pretty much done. But so you think like, okay, I guess Tommy did, and then it turns around, and then the reveal is it's the fucking cop brother.
Yeah.
That's
taking over the family business.
Yeah.
Grandpa's business.
You're the devil's son. Yep. So what a fucking way to end it. We had mentioned before, like, oh, you know, I kind of like spitballed, oh, you know, it would have been cool to see a sequel with like Tommy's brother, but then like you had mentioned like, nah, dude, the way it ends there.
It's just like the way that it ends.
And you're right.
There's no story to go. Like, where would you go from there?
You're right. You know, it should just be left at that because it's such a swerve ending, and
I love the curve, man. I love the curveball that they threw, man. Because
not one, but they throw you two curveballs.
I mean, I wouldn't have expected the brother to take over,
let alone the mom being on.
Let alone the mom killing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, I mean, do you want to give your rating first?
Sure, I'll give my rating. This movie's a 7 for me.
A 7.
A 7. I fucking enjoy the hell out of it. Again, DC LaCroix, Gregory Scott Cummings, who plays Tommy, also in Action USA.
Action USA.
Great movie.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I feel like he really came into his own there, but you know, here he's awkward, but it just kind of adds to the cheesy charm. But yeah, man, what more can you love? You've got fucking heavy metal horror set on Halloween that involves a satanic cult with a killer with a dope mask and great gore scenes. Check.
Oh, checks all your boxes.
It's like at least a 7 for me.
Wow.
And I watch it every October.
Wow. Well, hey, I mean, that's fucking cool, man. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I would give it a 5.5 out of 10, dude.
Okay.
That's where I'm throwing them. So, but now that I'm sitting here thinking about it now, I would watch it again. I would, but mostly just for the grandpa.
Yeah, Hyde Pike, man.
Just for the grandpa shit.
The power's in the blood, Tommy.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, his fucking voice is something. His over-the-top acting is amazing. Like, he is the star of the movie.
Oh, yeah. For me, for sure.
I think in general, like, he's on the cover starring Hyde Pike, so...
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he reminds me kind of like an older sadistic Ernest.
Dude,
like that's the vibe I fucking get.
That's great.
Yeah,
it's so funny you bring up Ernest too because Ernest
scared straight. Stupid.
Is it stupid
or silly?
Scared silly. Anyways, the Ernest Halloween one is so fucking amazing, dude. So good. It's been on my mind a lot lately. I don't know why. I sometimes throw it on around this time. It's really good.
It's great.
It's a really good flick.
The leftover puppets from or suits from Killer Clowns. If you look closely at the
Kyoto brothers did the monster, the main monster, and all that shit on there, dude. So that just makes it even more of like a special movie in my heart, at least, because I love Killer Clowns. Yeah.
You ready to move on to Trick or Treat?
Yeah, let's move on. So,
dude, Fast Way opening, stand up, fucking Sammi Curr pan.
Yup, pan down.
What a way to open
RAGMAN.
Up the movie.
Yup.
RAGMAN.
This movie,
we'd watched it at a young age because shout outs to my mom.
Yeah. Who was like, shout out Paula for, showing us some good shit.
She was like, you boys ever seen Trick or Treat?
Yeah, she's like
Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne, which they're barely in it.
Yeah. So Steven and I are big Kiss fans, huge Kiss fans, I'd say. I wouldn't say huge anymore, but definitely big Kiss fans.
We were growing up, both our parents were heavily into Kiss. Yeah. And we got to go on the Kiss Farewell 2000 tour.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Yeah, the Farewell tour. But we would be hanging out at Steven's place, and obviously it's just like movies all fucking weekend long.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you guys like Kiss? You guys like Gene Simmons, right? Yeah. Have you ever seen Trick or Treat? No. Nope. So,
and then she just pulls out the DVD. I'm like, where the fuck did you get this from? And might I say, It is the worst.
The fucking worst.
The worst DVD cover ever. We'll edit it in, but there's like...
Yeah, I'm going to put it in. So
Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne, again, who are barely in the movie.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're like
front
right
and
next
center
to each other, right? And it's just like like 2 random pictures of them from throughout the fucking years. Like
they're not even pictures from the movie.
It's not even pictures from their characters in the movie, which would have made more sense. But the fact that it's not makes us hate the fucking cover art like even more. But I had a copy of it. I had gotten rid of it, and then Steven had said, "Oh man, we got to like throw it up with these guys." I was like, dude, I fucking got rid of that as soon as I had gotten this copy.
Which I have the same copy as you. NSM Records, German company.
Yeah, this is the only media book that I own. This is actually...
It's an all region.
There's only 500 of these made. Mine is number 58 out of 500.
I don't know what my number is.
Yeah,
but...
when you go home, you'll have to see. I honestly, I didn't even know. I just bought it. I didn't even know. It was
well, we were like,
edition.
yo, fucking, they're putting it on Blu-ray. That's fine.
Yeah,
we
because
like, have region-free players.
Yeah, there was a boot.
I had that boot.
Did you?
Yeah, I sold it.
Was it just
actually no? I didn't even sell it. I just fucking gave it off to a friend.
Yeah, I do that with boots.
I was just like,
I never
man.
sell a boot.
Yeah.
I buy them sometimes at a convention,
Yeah.
but I can't sell a boot to somebody.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey man.
Nah, I was just like, here, I don't need it.
Here it goes.
I got this.
Pay it forward. I have this now. But this release is great. It's a German media book. It's a limited edition. It's the only German media book that I personally own. Steven's got quite a bit of.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
So NSM Records had put this out. It's incredible, honestly. You know, the art,
cover is awesome.
The cover is awesome. So we got Gene Simmons right here, actually,
as the DJ Nuke, and he actually looks like the character in the movie.
Yeah. So opens up. I mean, we had thrown this bad boy on last night, so the disc isn't in there.
Dude,
so we're not
sick.
having a Lost Boys deal like
no
we did
Lost
on the
Boys
fucking
deal.
pilot episode for me. But dude, there we got him. We got the fucking man right there. We got Sammi Curr right fucking there, dude. So. I mean, just like any other German media book, you know, it just always comes with like this cool section of like these pages.
Yeah, little write-ups and pictures.
Of it. There's like the movie poster.
Hell yeah. What a fucking poster.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible. With the pump, with like it's like a pumpkin-ish jack-o'-lantern in the back, and you got fucking Sammi Curr rocking out right there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we love Sammy, dude.
We love Sammy. Even though like, did you know, dude, it was supposed to be like the singer of Wasp.
Oh no!
But
I didn't know
they were
that.
like, they're like, well, we have a band that already wrote the music, which was Fastway,
right?
And I don't know the vocalist's name of Wasp. I'm gonna be honest. But he was like, nah, fuck that. I have my own band. I want to use my own music. So
he wants to put himself over. You know.
Yeah. You know, and I get that. Fucking Wasp was a very successful '80s metal band,
right?
So he was like, all right, I'm out. And they were like, well, we still have the band Fastway, and then we're just going to hire this dancer, stuntman, actor to play Sammi Curr.
Yeah, and
it fucking worked, man. Sammi Curr is a great fucking character.
Yeah. He's like, it's so fucking weird, though, because it's like there are so many iconic, like, frontmen for bands and shit, you know, and people idolize them, like an Axl Rose or a Sebastian Bach, Skid Row, right? But it's like Sammi Curr doesn't even exist, but we're like Sammy. We fucking love Sammi Curr, you know? They just did such a good job of like creating a rock star in this film, you know? And I don't know, we just always loved it growing up. It was just such a fun movie, you know, like the way that it starts out is so if you might the Steven's movie better with the synopsis.
The movie
than I am.
I don't want to give myself too much credit. I sometimes ramble. But yeah, so it opens up with our lead character Ragman, who is like a diehard Sammi Curr fan, and Sammi Curr is supposed to play this Halloween show at the high school that our main character goes to, because Sammi Curr also went to that high school.
Sammi Curr is an alumni.
It's, again, the whole Satanic Panic. When this movie came out, it's in the height of it. So it's all just like we're trying to ban heavy metal and rock and roll and its evil messages. And then, like, Sammy dies in a fire. Yeah. And Ragman loses his shit.
Yeah, and he like rips down every poster in his fucking room. Yeah, he rips down every. So yeah, Sammy dies. He like finds out about it like at the tail end of like a news report, and it's just like Sammi Curr dead at blah blah blah. Yeah. And I said
he
last
loses
night,
his shit, man.
You know, but I said it last night. The memorial picture that they had for Sammi Curr like cracked me the fuck up because it was just like it was like the most unflattering fucking picture. He's like. And it's got his name and shit.
Yeah,
like,
with the fucking death dates and shit.
And then Ragman just loses his fucking mind, man. I mean, it's his idol, dude. You know, like his fucking idol is dead. You know what I mean?
His idol's dead. He's getting bullied by all the jocks and popular kids at school. So you know, he's like the metalhead outcast
for sure.
And they keep fucking with him, right? So then he goes and sees our boy Gene. Well, he ain't our boy because Gene Simmons is a piece of shit, but. Nuke is a great character. You could tell Gene was channeling in his inner Wolfman Jack.
Yeah.
And he's got like the only recorded demo of like the new record that would have been released.
Yeah, he's got the master.
He's got the fucking studio master. Gives it to Ragman as a gift, right? Yeah.
Or I like how he gave it to him though, right?
So he does the fucking flip spin.
Yeah, but like he shows it to him, right? And it just like it probably ate the fuck out of Ragman to be like, oh man, I don't know if I'll ever listen to this. You know what I mean? But I mean, Nuke was also going.
Can I say the line?
Yeah, go.
They tried to ban him, but they couldn't stop him. You know, and he fucking pulls out the fucking demo, man. The master demo.
Pulls out the master. Yeah. So Nuke did a really cool thing for the kid, man. He gives him the fucking one and only master of Sammy's last album.
Yeah, and then he records it on tape.
Yeah,
Nuke does. So
Nuke already made a copy of it,
so he could play it on midnight on Halloween, which I think that's a fucking sick idea in itself.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
So again, our boy Ragman Eddie, he's dealing with these bullies, right? And he like gets messages, which is the biggest trope during the Satanic Panic was playing your record backwards, and he's getting these messages on how to get like revenge on his bullies, and I just love the way like Sam nail him, kill him, fuck them all, or some shit like that, and you know he's like you're the bait, you know, shit like that. So he's getting his revenge on these bullies, and he like cuts or records the record onto a tape.
Yeah.
And he gives it to the bully, Tim. And Tim and his girl are listening to it.
Yeah. So Tim's the main bully. This is the guy that just totally...
Which he says, not to cut you off, but at one point they're like in a metal shop and, you know, they're trying to get revenge on Ragman because like he, you know, set up that whole fucking booby trap shit that made an ass out of them and got them all in trouble, right?
Yep.
And he says, and I quote, hold on, I'm going to my notes here because it's just the funniest fucking diss line I think I've ever heard. So he's like throwing wrenches at Ragman, and he says, do you think I'm a wussy fucking weak tit? What the fuck is a weak tit?
Am I a fucking... Do you think that I'm a pussy? A fucking wussy weak tit?
Yeah. It's just like, what the fuck? And then he's like going to like attack him, and then like the machine thing kicks on and
but it's Sammy helping him, dude, from the other side.
Yeah,
Sammy was helping Ragman from the other side.
So then he cuts the tape. Ragman does, and gives it to Eddie as like a peace offering. He leaves it on his locker.
Yeah, but it's a Trojan horse.
Or he gives it to Tim. Yeah,
it's a Trojan fucking horse, bro. But you know, this dude Tim was a shit fucking bully, bro.
Yeah. Dude, the fucking at one point there's like a pool party scene, and they take Eddie.
Yeah.
And they put a fucking weight in his backpack and push him into
the water.
Dude, that kid could have fucking drowned, man.
Yeah. That's murder.
Yeah, it's like holy shit, dude, taking bullying.
Yeah, they're at like a pool party in the high school, and Eddie fucking ends up just showing up.
I'm gonna fucking nail them all, every one of those assholes. He's like,
shows
he's fucking livid, man.
They fucking chuck a chuck a weight in his fucking book bag and toss his ass in the fucking pool. Up, man. Yeah. Anytime I've seen a movie, I'm like, yo, that's a fucked up. That's a fucking piece of shit bully, bro. But his name was what? Tim?
Yeah, the bully's name was Tim.
Yeah, so like you were saying.
So Tim, you know, he's by the water with his girl doing shit, but he's got to take a fucking leak, and she puts in the tape, and these fucking green, ghastly, like glowing starts coming out of the earphones.
Yeah, she's listening to it.
And she's like getting all horny and shit, and she's like stripping. And then like the ghastly like smoke takes the form of a hand and kind of like pulls her panties down. And she's all into it. And then out of nowhere, this giant goblin fucking monster just manifests, and I don't know, just like fucking fucks her up because Tim's like sees the car shaking, he goes in, and her fucking ears are melted from the Walkman.
Yeah, to the headphones.
Hell yeah, that is a sick fucking scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little random because you don't expect like that goblin thing
no, you certainly
to just
don't
manifest, but I fucking dig it. And then it's great because he like he shows up to Ragman's house and he's like, "Wine power!"
Oh yeah, and he like walks up and then fucking Ragman comes out and he's like, "Stop!"
And then
like the jack-o'-lantern,
the jack-o'-lantern flames just come up. Yeah, dude, it's like, yeah, that's fucking
that's
metal as shit, dude. Hell yeah, I love that scene. And he's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but like, stay the fuck away from me."
He's like just standing there, like with his hands still like the way that it was like to keep back. You know what I mean? But that was a cool scene, dude.
Great.
You know?
He's like, "You're getting into some weird shit."
He has the power now.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? He's got that
so
evil,
he thinks.
He's got that evil power, man.
But then, our boy Sammy starts taking shit to a whole other level.
Sammy.
Like, he's trying to just, like, even bait the mom in. Because after that, like, Ragman's like, okay, this shit's gone too far. And he's, like, trying to tell, like, Sammy, like, all right, we're done. And Sammy says, no false metal. And I'm like, yes, yeah, that's fucking metal, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, so then, like...
No false metal.
The record just starts doing its own thing. And then, like fucking Raiden from Mortal Kombat, Sammi Curr just spawns out of the speaker. Lightning effects and everything. Yeah. Dude, what a fucking entrance, man. That shit is so awesome. So fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, though, the sad part about it is just, like, Eddie's a pawn for fucking Sammy. Sammy's gone, and he's trying to come back from the other side, and he's
using this kid to get back.
Yeah, he's using this kid to like get back, you know, and to fucking fuck everybody who was fucking him, you know, who's trying to censor him and what have you, but he was a crazy fuck, man.
He's like, you should be loyal to your heroes. They could turn on you. Yeah, fucking dude. There's a lot of good lines.
Good with remembering the lines.
Yeah, man.
I can't remember shit,
dude. There's so many good lines in this movie, and like again, the Fastway soundtrack. You got one scene we glossed over. After like Ragman, you know, the whole pool scene. He goes home, right, and he's all fucking pissed off, and he throws on the demo, and then it starts playing "Don't Stop the Fight." And there's that awesome fucking riff, and he like falls asleep in his chair, and it goes to this dream sequence, and like there's just like a fucking flaming circle, and fucking Sammi Curr's in it, and someone's on fire. It's just a cool moment and like awesome imagery.
And then Sammy's like saying something, and it's like very like inaudible-ish.
It's like backwards satanic like shit. Yeah.
But he's like in the middle of like this fire,
and then his like faces melting and shit.
It was a very cool scene.
Very cool. So I just wanted to mention that because I feel like we glossed over that cool moment. But yeah, so Sammy is now like fully manifested himself into the real world, and he finds a way, as long as like he could just come through any speaker. Mm-hmm. As long as his music is playing, that speaker he could come through, and Eddie or Ragman gets his best friend, who his name's Roger, but he went on to direct.
Yeah, he went on to direct the Black Christmas remake, which we
cool
love.
Nugget. Yeah, no, I'm a fan of the 06.
Yeah,
like,
I love that movie.
I think it's a fun one. It's a fun slasher.
Yeah, he went off to direct that, so that's like a cool little.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Little
yeah, so Roger gets the tape, and then he's like, "What the fuck's the deal?" Because he thinks like Ragman's slipping. He's like, "Hey man, if you need to talk, like I'm here." But
yeah,
you're
he's
kind of
being
like
a good friend.
Yeah, you're kind of like off your marbles a bit. So he puts on the tape, and fucking boom, Sammi Curr appears, and he like pulls this woman out of the TV who looks like Large Marge from fucking Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yep, she looked like
I don't know
Marge.
if it was the same actress, but you pointed.
I think I looked it up and it wasn't.
She does look like
but
Large
she looks
Marge.
just like Large
But
Marge.
also too, when Sammi Curr first appears, Ozzy Osbourne's character is like he's playing some reverend who's like super uptight, and
he's against heavy metal.
He's against heavy metal, which is funny because like it's Ozzy Osbourne playing his character, and he's just shit talking Sammi Curr, right? And Sammy looks at the screen and he just like I don't know. He does like something to the TV and just like you just see like Ozzy like screaming and then turns out like he died of like some brain hemorrhage or some shit. But yeah, man. So there's your little fucking Ozzy Osbourne moment.
Yeah, Ozzy was in it for like a second, and Gene had a way bigger part. But then,
I dug Gene's part. I will say, like,
but then as it was advertised, was like that they were like in the movie,
like on the DVD cover, front and center,
yeah.
Like but you know, like I dug Gene Simmons' performance. I think like he did a great job. And there's another movie that he's in that I want to see where he plays like a sadistic killer. And
Gene?
Gene does, yeah.
What movie is this?
I forgot the name of the movie, man, and it's gonna bother me.
I've never heard of it.
Do you mind if I look it up?
Look it up, yeah. Gene Simmons as a killer?
Yeah. I really want to see it. I watched the trailer and it looks sick.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on.
I'll play that back later.
So Gene Simmons, I guess before Trick or Treat, he did this movie called Runaway, and he is this sadistic like serial killer where he's got this like upgraded weapon that does some shit. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, dude, Gene can act. He can act.
Gene's
man.
a talented guy, man.
He's a fucking piece of shit and an asshole, but he's a talented one.
There's no denying that he's talented, man.
Yeah,
I mean he's like the biggest sellout ever.
Absolutely. So yeah, to get back on track. So yeah, Roger, you know, he plays the tape, pulls Large Marge looking woman out, fucking pretty much turns her into ash, and fucking Roger's like trying to vacuum the fucking her ashes up because like, yo, mom can't come home to this.
Nope.
And then the Halloween party takes place, and you know, Ragman, he's grounded for like, I guess, you know, because he's been acting pretty wild. His mom's like, yo, you need to fucking stay in your grounded. You're not going to the Halloween bash at the school. But Roger goes because Sammy's like, you're gonna play my tape.
Yeah.
You know, at the school. And he's like, if not, I'll fucking kill you, pretty much. So, you know, Roger.
Yeah, so that was gonna be Sammy just like totally taking over everything at that point.
And what an entrance, dude. So Roger puts on the tape, but this girl, Leslie, that is like Ragman's little love interest, calls him like, hey, why aren't you here? And he's like, oh, I'm fucking grounded. And he's like, wait, what's that in the background? And he hears like the tape playing. And then boom, out of nowhere is like Sammi Curr. And he does the thing where he's like fucking rattling on his chains and shit. And like the crowd just starts clapping, and then it goes into fucking rock and roll.
It's so good, dude. And Sammy rocks the show, dude. Sammy rocks the fucking show.
Dude, it is a fucking, again, fast way.
It's hard to... I don't think there's any bad scenes in the movie.
No, I don't either.
And that's why, like, I just, like... It's one of the main reasons why I love it so much, because I don't get bored ever through it, man. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I love from beginning to end.
Exactly.
Dude. And everything in between is fucking great, too.
So he's playing this song, right? And then, like, he grabs a guitar and he's, like, soloing like crazy. And he starts fucking zapping the people in the crowd and, like, turning them into dust. Because, like, he's literally, like, Raiden, dude. He's got these, like, electric abilities.
Yeah.
And at one point, I think... I think it's Tim, the bully. He like licks his finger, sticks it into the wall sock, and grabs Tim up, and just like fucking like straight up like fucking Raiden from Mortal Kombat. So
and the bully gets his.
Yeah, fuck yeah, gets his comeuppance, you know, because he's acting like a drunk fool trying to fucking force his way onto Ragman's love interest, Leslie, and shit, because he's like, are you making it with Weinbauer? All drunk and shit. She's like, you've been drinking? Yeah, total fucking asshole. So he gets his comeuppance. And then they try to, you know, destroy, like, all the speakers and, like, something with electricity. Because while Sammy, you know, his powers are electricity, it's also, like, his kryptonite, I guess, you know?
Yeah, so it works with him and it works against him.
It works against him.
Yeah.
So they think they stop him, but they forget. Nuke is going to play the tape at midnight. So they have to try to go to the radio station and race there to stop it. But
so now the coverage is just like spread, dude. And like, who knows what the fuck is going to happen.
Yeah. And it's already midnight when they call the studio to try to get a hold of Nuke. And So, fucking Ragman's trying to fucking drive, and Sammy's fucking like going for a ride. And he just takes over the car.
Yeah, he takes over the car. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in it.
And then they get to the
radio station.
Yeah, the radio station, and they just start destroying like all the equipment, and there's just like this vortex of electricity and shit, and like, Sammy's powers are just like juicing up and shit. And then they think like, okay, that's it, but then there's like, at one point, I think Eddie like gets. I keep calling him Eddie or Ragman. I'm sorry.
He goes by either or.
Either or.
I'm stuck on calling him Ragman.
Yeah, I keep bouncing back.
That's what he calls himself. You know, like when he's writing a letter to Sammi Curr in the beginning.
Ragman.
He signs it Ragman.
Yeah.
So he's Ragman.
And he's like, I don't think I've stopped him. So he finds a way to like call him out through the radio in a cop car so he could trap him in the back.
Yes.
Which we find out water, of all things, is Sammi Curr's weakness.
Electricity, though.
Yeah. Because the toilet, too.
Yeah.
One scene, and then he's like, getting sucked in, almost like he's like, in the toilet. So, yeah, he like traps him in the cop car and just like takes it into the fucking river.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it, man.
Because Sammy's now physically trapped in the real world, and that's how they get him, and fucking Ragman celebrates with his girl, and roll credits.
Yeah, it was a great flick, man. Can't ever say that enough.
Yeah, I'm so happy my mom put us onto this movie. Shout outs, Mom.
Yeah, shout out Paula.
Again.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you for always looking out for us in our best interests as far as like music and movies go. But I still want to know why you didn't let us listen to Slipknot, even though like you would let us watch all this crazy shit.
Except for Liberate.
Yeah, Liberate Bananas. Yeah. So that was the first song we ever heard by Slipknot, by the way. But so dude, I'm very curious. So that lands a 7 on your top. All right, are you ready to rate?
Yeah, I'm ready to rate.
Or you want to talk a little more?
I mean, we've talked about how much how great the soundtrack is by Fastway.
Yeah.
How great of a character Sammi Curr is, and I think I'm ready to rate it.
All right, so Steven, what do you rate Trick or Treat?
I am rating this a 9. This is a 9 out of 10. This is a must watch every Halloween. I love watching it with you, man. Like, this is
I'm glad we got to watch it because it was a bit up in the air what we were gonna do.
Yeah, we were cut for time. Things happen.
Been very busy guys.
We found a way to watch it last night, even though it was like super fucking late.
Yeah, and you were almost like at one point you were like, oh, let's watch Hack-O-Lantern together. But we don't have to watch Ragman together because we've seen it so many times together. But I'm like, no, that like defeats the purpose.
Yeah, because that's our movie.
Like,
man. That's one of our movies.
Let's watch Ragman together because we watch it so much, and then I'll just fucking watch Hack-O-Lantern on my own.
And that was the best move.
Because we got to sit down and watch it yesterday. But dude, for me, you want to know what I rate it? Yeah. I also rate it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
So this is the first movie that so far that we've covered on the show that we've agreed on.
Gave the same exact rating.
Yeah, aside from top 10 flicks.
And I'd expect that, because like I said, we grew up with this movie watching it, so.
Yeah, dude, lots of times too,
Yeah.
We were lots of repeat views, man. Like this was in heavy rotation when we were at Steven's place. The Crow was in heavy rotation. Halloween for sure was in heavy rotation.
And I feel like a little bit of John Carpenter's Vampires.
Yeah, we watched a bit of John Carpenter's Vampires.
Also King Kong 1977, which this is a Dino De Laurentiis production. So he did King Kong 77. He did Silver Bullet. So you're in
got
for
some
good
titles with Dino De Laurentiis. Yeah. So I think that this was a really good thing to cover.
Yeah.
For this episode for the October.
Yeah, exactly. See, we're upon recording. It's October 8th. When we're done with this, we're about to go to Terror Scream Park in Monroe for a haunt with some friends, and like I figured what better way to kick off like the October Halloween season than talk to Halloween heavy metal horrors,
Yeah. So I agree, man. They pair well together. I will definitely say that they definitely do pair well together. I'm definitely interested more so in pairing Trick or Treat with Rocktober.
October Blood is another great one.
So I'm gonna give that a go for sure. I'm gonna definitely give this another watch though before
for Halloween.
Yeah, dude, because time has just been escaping me, dude.
Yeah.
You know? So you're like, it's October 8th. I thought it was later in October. I thought we were like midway through October
No,
so
we're
far.
only-
But I'm
we're
so
only
glad.
8 days in, man.
I'm so glad we're
You
just
have
like
time.
still
You
in
have
it. But
time.
dude, that's definitely getting another watch.
Yeah.
This month.
For me, I got to keep the list pushing, but I'm happy we got to watch it together before recording this
same, man.
episode. And yeah, with that being said, if you like what you're watching and or listening to, be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It helps the show grow. We appreciate all the feedback we've been getting so far.
And we appreciate all the love too, you know, from everybody who's reached out to
Seriously,
us, you know, who's been tuning in and listening. So, you know, we're glad that you're enjoying this as well. So that's the whole intent behind it. You know, we want everybody to feel like they're sitting here with us while we're doing this. So, but
yeah, that's it. Until next time, enjoy your October, enjoy the Halloween season.
Yeah, until next time, enjoy October, enjoy the spooky season, and watch more fucking horror movies. All right, so later.
Out.